A week without the fake stuff. Can you handle it? Ever thought about what you're really eating? We're bombarded with processed foods, full of artificial ingredients and hidden sugars. But what happens when you ditch the fake stuff and embrace real whole foods? I decided to find out, embarking on a 7-day challenge to eliminate processed foods from my diet. No more packaged snacks, sugary drinks, or white bread, just real whole foods cooked from scratch. Could I handle it? Would it be worth it? The first step was identifying the culprits. Out went the usual suspects: crisps, biscuits, and sweets. White bread and pasta were replaced with whole grain alternatives. Sugary drinks were swapped for water, herbal teas, and the occasional black coffee. I bid farewell to ready meals, processed meats, and fast food. It was time to get back to basics. Even condiments weren't safe. Out went the ketchup and bottled sauces, laden with sugar and preservatives. Instead, I opted for homemade dressings and flavor enhancers like herbs, spices, and citrus. It was amazing how much hidden processing was lurking in my everyday diet. The first day was tough. The cravings hit hard, and I found myself constantly thinking about the forbidden foods. A wave of fatigue washed over me in the afternoon, a sure sign of sugar withdrawal. I felt irritable and tempted to reach for a quick fix. But I persevered, reminding myself of my goal to nourish my body with real food. To combat the cravings, I made sure to have plenty of healthy snacks on hand, a handful of almonds, a piece of fruit, or some carrot sticks with hummus. Drinking plenty of water also helped to curb my appetite and keep me feeling full. Navigating the supermarket became an exercise in label scrutiny. I was shocked to discover how many products, even those marketed as healthy, contained added sugars, artificial flavors, and unpronounceable ingredients. It was a real eye-opener to realize just how much processing goes into our food. I learned to look for products with a short list of recognizable ingredients. Whole foods naturally were the easiest to decipher. But even when choosing packaged goods, I became more discerning, opting for brands with minimal processing and no artificial additives. Section 5, Cooking Up a Storm, Real Food, Real Effort. One of the biggest challenges was the amount of time and effort required to prepare real food from scratch. It wasn't just about the cooking itself, but the entire process from start to finish. This included planning meals, shopping for fresh ingredients, and then the actual preparation. Each step demanded attention and care. Gone were the days of grabbing a ready meal or ordering takeaway. Convenience had taken a back seat to quality and health. I had to say goodbye to the ease of fast food and embrace the challenge of home-cooked meals. Now, I was spending hours in the kitchen, chopping vegetables, roasting chicken, and cooking up a storm. It was a significant shift in my daily routine. The kitchen became the heart of my home, a place where I invested time and energy into creating something meaningful. But here's the surprising thing. I started to enjoy it. The process, which initially seemed daunting, began to feel rewarding. There was a sense of accomplishment in seeing a meal come together from raw ingredients. There was something therapeutic about the rhythm of chopping, the repetitive motion that allowed my mind to wander and relax. It became a form of meditation, a way to disconnect from the stresses of the day, the sizzle of onions in a pan, a sound that signaled the start of something delicious. It was a small but satisfying part of the cooking process. The aroma of spices filling the kitchen. Each spice added its own unique flavor and fragrance, transforming simple ingredients into a culinary masterpiece. I rediscovered the joy of cooking and the satisfaction of creating delicious, nourishing meals from simple ingredients. Sharing these meals with loved ones added another layer of fulfillment. It wasn't just about feeding the body, but also nurturing the soul. Cooking became a way to connect with others, to share love and care through food. It was a journey of transformation, from convenience to conscious cooking, and it was worth every effort. Section 6, Goodbye Bloating, Hello Energy. The body responds. By day 3, something remarkable happened. The bloating I hadn't even realized I was experiencing subsided. My digestion felt smoother, and I had more energy throughout the day. The afternoon slumps disappeared, replaced by a steady stream of sustained energy. My skin also seemed to clear up, and I felt lighter and less sluggish overall. It was amazing how quickly my body responded to being nourished with real whole foods. I felt like I was finally giving my body the fuel it needed to thrive. Section 7, Mind over Matter, Clearer Thinking, Brighter Mood. The mental clarity was another unexpected benefit. My mind felt sharper, and I found it easier to focus and concentrate. The brain fog I hadn't even noticed before lifted, and I felt more alert and present throughout the day. My mood also seemed to improve. I felt calmer, more balanced, and less prone to mood swings. Whether this was due to the absence of processed foods or the increased intake of nutrients from whole foods, I can't say for sure, but I felt a noticeable shift in my overall well-being. Section 8. Clean eating for life tips and tricks. So, what did I learn from my 7-day processed-free challenge? It was an eye-opening experience that taught me a lot about my eating habits in the food industry. I realized how much processed food had become a part of my daily routine without me even noticing. Firstly, it's entirely possible to ditch the fake stuff and embrace real food. Fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins can be just as convenient and far more satisfying. The key is to make these foods the star of your meals. It does require effort, but the results are worth it. Not only did I feel more energetic, but my mood improved, and I even noticed a difference in my skin. The benefits of clean eating go beyond just physical health. They touch every aspect of your well-being. Here are a few tips to make clean eating more manageable. These strategies help me stay on track, and can make a significant difference in your journey towards a healthier lifestyle. Plan ahead. Meal planning is crucial to avoid last-minute temptations. Spend some time each week planning your meals and snacks. This not only saves time, but also ensures you have healthy options readily available. Spend some time each week planning your meals and snacks. Create a shopping list based on your meal plan and stick to it. This helps you avoid impulse buys and keeps you focused on your clean eating goals. Cook in bulk. Double your recipes and freeze leftovers for quick and easy meals during the week. This is a lifesaver on busy days when you might be tempted to reach for something less healthy. Keep healthy snacks on hand. Nuts, seeds, fruit, and vegetables are all great options to stave off cravings. Having these snacks readily available can prevent you from reaching for processed junk food when hunger strikes. Read labels carefully. Become a savvy shopper by learning to decipher food labels and identify hidden sugars and additives. This knowledge empowers you to make better choices and avoid foods that can derail your clean eating efforts. Don't be afraid to experiment. Try new recipes, explore different cuisines, and find healthy meals you genuinely enjoy. Clean eating doesn't have to be boring. It can be an exciting culinary adventure that introduces you to new flavors and ingredients. Lastly, remember that clean eating is a journey, not a destination. It's about making better choices most of the time and not being too hard on yourself when you slip up. Celebrate your progress and keep moving forward. Section 9. Beyond the challenge, keeping it real. After 7 days of clean eating, I felt amazing. My energy levels were through the roof, and I felt a sense of clarity and focus that I hadn't experienced in a long time. The simple act of nourishing my body with wholesome, unprocessed foods had a profound impact on my overall well-being. I felt lighter, both physically and mentally, and I was more in tune with my body's needs. But I knew that maintaining such a strict diet long-term wasn't realistic. Life is full of unexpected events, social gatherings, and moments of indulgence. It's important to find a balance that allows for flexibility while still prioritizing health. I realized that the key to sustainable clean eating was not about perfection, but about making mindful choices most of the time. Instead, I decided to focus on incorporating the principles of clean eating into my everyday life. This meant choosing fresh, whole foods whenever possible, and being mindful of the ingredients in the products I consumed. I started to enjoy the process of selecting vibrant fruits and vegetables at the farmer's market, knowing that I was supporting local farmers and getting the freshest produce available. I continued to cook most of my meals from scratch using fresh, whole ingredients. Cooking became a creative outlet for me, a way to experiment with new recipes and flavors. I found joy in preparing meals that were not only delicious, but also nourishing for my body. The act of cooking from scratch allowed me to have full control over what I was putting into my body, ensuring that I was fueling myself with the best possible ingredients. I limited my intake of processed foods, opting for healthier alternatives when possible. This didn't mean completely eliminating all treats or indulgences, but rather being more conscious of my choices. I discovered that there were plenty of delicious and satisfying options that didn't rely on artificial additives or excessive sugar. By reading food labels and being aware of what I was consuming, I was able to make more informed decisions that aligned with my health goals. And I made a conscious effort to listen to my body, paying attention to how different foods made me feel. This mindfulness extended beyond just eating. It became a holistic approach to my overall well-being. I started to incorporate practices like meditation, yoga, and journaling into my routine, which helped me stay grounded and connected to my body's needs. By tuning into my body's signals, I was able to make choices that supported my health and happiness. The 7-day challenge was a reset, a reminder of the power of real food. It showed me that making small, consistent changes could have a significant impact on my health. The challenge wasn't just about the food, it was about reconnecting with the source of my nourishment and appreciating the journey from farm to table. It was a reminder that real food has the power to heal and energize, and that taking the time to prepare and enjoy it is a form of self-care. It wasn't about deprivation, it was about nourishment. It was about finding joy in the simple, wholesome foods that nature provides and sharing that joy with others. I realized that food is not just fuel, it's a way to connect with loved ones, to celebrate life, and to create lasting memories. By focusing on nourishment rather than restriction, I was able to cultivate a healthier relationship with food. It was about making conscious choices to fuel my body with the best possible ingredients. Every meal became an opportunity to nourish myself, to choose foods that would support my energy, vitality, and overall well-being. I learned that healthy eating doesn't have to be complicated or restrictive. It can be simple, enjoyable, and deeply satisfying. By prioritizing quality ingredients and mindful eating, I was able to create a sustainable approach to health that felt both empowering and fulfilling. And that's something I can get behind, one delicious, nourishing meal at a time. Each meal became a celebration of the vibrant, life-giving foods that nature offers. By embracing a balanced approach to clean eating, I was able to enjoy the best of both worlds, the pleasure of delicious food and the benefits of optimal health. This journey taught me that true nourishment comes from making choices that honor my body, my well-being, and the joy of eating.